Hi everyone, it's me Darlene. I am back with an easy quilt block. I have something in my head. I have no clue how it's going to come out. I know I want 3 colors. I love pink and purple together. I love pink and green. I love purple and green. I think purple and green is probably my favorite color combination. It reminds me of grapes and the vines. Anyway, we are going to be doing something that involves a square, a strip set, and snowballing. So let me cut my pieces and I'll be right back. Let's start with this. The pink is going to be my 5-inch square. If you had a charm pack, good time to use it. Then for the strip set, I have the purple and the green. So I'm going to start by sewing the strip set together, like that. And if you were making blocks like this, you would use the whole width of your fabric, like 42 inches wide, and make your strip sets like that. Kind of wish either that this square was bigger or that the strips were narrower, but this is what I have, so we're going with that. I know I want to attach the strip set to the pink, and I want the green touching the pink. So what I'm going to suggest, if you were doing this as a whole quilt, you want to work like you're on an assembly line. You would take your strip set to the machine and take your square, your 5-inch square, and lay it down on the color that you want to attach it to. See, I want the green attached to the pink. So you would just put this square here, you would sew, you would put another square, and you would sew, you would put another square, you would sew, until you run out of strip set. And then you trim them after. So I'm going to just go sew this one right here. Then you would go to your iron and you would press open all the squares that you attached to your strip set. Then you trim. Now you can trim by having it folded over and using the square as the guide, or you can trim this way and, still have it as a guide. I kind of like to do it this way. Voila! Okay, we have a little bit of this done. Very easy so far, and I'm liking it. But we have a way to go, and I could end up hating it before it's over, but I don't think so. It's hard to hate a quilt block. Now we are going to want a strip set here also, but we need a square here. Now we have 2 choices. I said we could snowball. We could I want the green to be this part of the block and purple this part. So we could put a full green block here and then snowball with a purple. Or we could do half square triangles, which I think would be more efficient. So I have to figure out what size half square triangle I need. I shall be right back. We're going to try this. I cut a 4-inch square out of green and also out of the purple. Those are my 2 strip set colors. And I'm going to make half square triangles. I'm putting these right sides together. I'm going to draw a line on the lighter side, diagonal, right, corner to corner. And I'm going to the machine and I'm just going to sew a 1/4 of an inch on each side of that line, using the line as the guide for my foot. Now I'm going to cut on the diagonal line. And it looks like we're just going to make it. So that was the perfect size. 2-inch strips, and we needed 4-inch squares to do the half square triangle. Now I'm going to be sewing the half square triangle to the end of a strip set. So this is what I'm going to do. I need to even this end off. And just so you can see, where are you? What I'm trying to do here is we're going to have this when we're all done. Only it's going to be square because we're going to use the seam allowances. So, obviously for me, I want to sew this to this, then I will sew this to that. So I'm just going to flip this down. I'm going to match up this edge, the inner edge. And this is out a little bit. That can be trimmed after. So I'm just going to fold this here. So right there. So I have this sewn on. And now I just need to sew this to this. Now we have the seam here between the pink and the green, and we have this seam between the green and the green. So that's where we're going to try to match it up. So I'm just going to go to the machine. I'm going to fold this over. I'm going to try to match up those seams that I just pointed out to you. And I'm just going to sew down. This is what we have. That's all sewn together. Now I'm just going to start trimming this. Let me back up a little bit. So I'm going to trim right here. It's not perfect, but it can be squared up. Because I'm not a perfect seamstress. I mean by like a lot, I'm not. Now we'll flip it and trim this side. Let's see, we still have to trim this right here. And this is our block. I friggin' love this. Don't you? At least a little bit? I hope you do. I'm so excited. That just like looks like it was way complicated, and it wasn't. Seriously, if you want to make this, these are 5 inches. The half square triangle, we started with 4-inch blocks. Write this down, because I'm not repeating it. 5-inch squares for this. 4-inch squares, you could take one day and just make your half square triangles. And then 2-inch for the strips. And you make your strip sets as long as you can. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna love to do this on the quilt board. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, so it ended up being, it doesn't look perfectly square. I'm gonna have to trim somewhere. It's 7 3/4, by 8. So obviously, to square it up, I don't want to cut on this side because I don't want to lose the half square triangle stuff. So what did I say already? I don't remember. It was 7 3/4 by 8. So I need to knock off about 1/4 of an inch, and I'm just going to do that on this end. That's the end that you would trim on all your blocks if you need to square it up. Do love, and I love the colors. Oh, so thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with more soon. Subscribe so you don't miss anything else. I demand it. Bye.